Hello. Now, I know the title looks like a drama channel sort of title, calling someone out, but let me read the title the way I meant it. Did the Dungeon Dude steal my video idea? That's how it needs to be read out. And it's a question that I do want an answer to, but I really don't expect to get one. Let me tell you what happened first. On 11th of March, I published a video called Tier Ranking All the D&D 5e Spells in Real Life. Cantrips, part 1 of 2. I did just that. I went through the first half of the cantrips in D&D and talked about whether they'd be good and put them in a tier ranking. I went into quite a lot of detail. The video's like an hour and 6 minutes long, I think. I went on X and I posted there. I did a little at the Dungeon Dudes because I just wanted to sort of say, I hope you don't mind me taking your tier ranking spells idea, because they've got a series going doing that as well. Also, obviously, because I'm a YouTuber, if they liked it, maybe they'd bring a little bit of attention to it. I'll get more views. Gotta be on the grind, right? That's what you do. Wasn't expecting much, I'll be honest. If you don't try it, you're not going to get more views anyway. So, posted there, kept an eye on it. I do remember it went into the replies section of my feed rather than my posts. Now, I was a bit confused as to where it had gone initially, but I found it, it was there. Kept an eye on the numbers going up to see how well they correlated with the numbers on the YouTube video. Well, the video didn't do particularly well. It had 32 views over 3 months. I think it's had one since, just recently. Obviously, that's discouraging because I put by far and away the most work into this video. And that's what you hear a lot of people say. Doesn't mean that I worked hard, I should get more views. I know that. I'm not saying that. I did enjoy the process of making the video though. I really pushed myself. I did way more editing. I had to learn a fair bit of techniques. I know they're still like not great, but I learnt a lot. I also wrote a few comedic sketches that I acted out because, you know, I'm not an actor. Pushed it though. Right? That was something that I wasn't entirely comfortable with, but I did it because I had the idea. I was pleased with my achievement of making this video. Unfortunately, I've not really been well enough to make part 2. I've written most of it, but the level of effort to make the whole video is just beyond me at the moment. So it's laying dormant. I've kind of not done anything with it. I kind of just left it for now. On June the 27th, I had a notification of a video that the Dungeon Dudes had posted come up on my subscription feed. And it's called, What Cantrip Would You Take in Real Life? I mean, that's kind of the same video, right? Bit shocked, to be honest. I was wondering, had they taken my idea? I went on X, and found that my reply post to them had gone. No sign of it at all. Downloaded my history. Gone, not there. Very confused by that. Now, I don't know that much about how Twitter works. I don't know if a post of mine can be deleted without me knowing it. No notifications. I wouldn't put it past X at the moment for it to just randomly delete tweets because it is a mess. It might have just gone, hey, your tweet is not a cat or a fight or showing parts of your body, so off it goes. A mess. I watched the video. It's different to mine. It's very different in presentation, and their format's not the same. They're not ranking them or anything like that. So they didn't take my video. They haven't used what I put out. Why am I bothered though? Why am I still bothered by it? You might be asking, I not really sure what the problem is. This is YouTube. You don't own the idea. Like, people have thought of it before, and I'm not the king of whether someone's copied someone or not. That's H-Bomber Guy, obviously. Yeah, you're right. I did wonder, why am I bothered by it? By the way, this video is not trying to have a go at the dungeon dudes. It is about, why am I bothered by it? Why is it a problem for me? And it is a problem for me. I've not really felt like watching any of their videos since, and that's a bummer for me. I've watched all of their videos, and I absolutely love the Drakkenheim campaign. It's my favourite that I've seen, so it's a big deal to me to not want to watch them. And I mean, they've inspired my own writing. The way that they run their campaign, the way they tell their story, has influenced how I do my writing. It's a big deal for me not to want to watch them. So, shall we dig in? Do you want to come on a journey with me, digging into why I feel like I've got so upset by this pretty minor thing that's happened on YouTube? Because the drama's done, by the way. That's the end of it. I'm not a drama channel. I think there's two main reasons for why it's been a bigger deal than maybe it should be for me. So first is, I guess, an unexpected consequence of making videos that I just didn't consider before I'd even started the YouTube channel. I've never really considered myself that creative. Like, my job has always been technical, logical, not particularly creative. I've never tried to be creative. I've never really gone into doing anything creative at all before this channel. And I only did that because I can't work. So it was a money-making idea to try. What I've seen as I've been running this channel, which I think I mentioned in a previous video, is there's a vulnerability that comes with putting yourself out there, putting your work out there. Now, for me, the D&D Cantrips video had the most effort, the most imagination, and pushed myself the most creatively, and put more of myself into that than any of my other videos. And so, unbeknownst to me, I didn't really consider it, but there's a creative vulnerability there. I think with that vulnerability comes some desire for validation for it, because it is a validation of yourself to a degree. I never really considered myself someone that much in need of validation. I think pretty much everyone has some need for validation, but I'd have put myself on the lower end of that. I think this situation's made me go, in this area, I think I need a bit more, you know. I do think I need a bit of validation. And I've realised that because the things that have bothered me the most, I'd say, were the comments on the Dungeon Dudes videos that said something like, what a fantastic idea, and what a great imaginative idea for a video. And I'm like, hello? My idea? Hello? I don't think it's my idea. I think loads of people have had this idea. I think anyone that's played games or watched films or anything with magic in have thought about what it would be in real life. D&D have very specific written rules for each spell. That's kind of different, but people that play D&D have definitely thought of this. I'm sure the Dungeon Dudes have thought of this, have discussed this. They've just not done it in a video before. I was in enough need of validation that I actually posted a comment on their videos. Somewhat passive-aggressive, a little bit. Kind of mentioned in passing that, hey, in my own video, I have thought of this and this and this. Like, there's a lot of cantrips, and it's interesting that how different they would work in real life compared to D&D. I don't know why I did that. I'm looking for validation, I guess. Can't see me getting any. I don't know why. You know, would I make that comment now a few days later? No. No, I wouldn't. That kind of need for validation and to say something, that's past. As I say, that's not what this video is for. I do think, though, that there's another aspect to it being the dungeon dudes doing this video. Because if it wasn't someone that I knew and they'd just popped up on my feed, it wouldn't bother me so much. And that got me thinking, why not? Why specifically them? And I guess it's down to a parasocial relationship that I have with them. I've watched their videos for years, and they seem like really nice guys, and I like them, and I like their content. So for there to even be a chance, because I sent that tweet to them, the fact that there might be a chance that they saw my video and took my idea, it kind of feels like a friend betraying you. Which is ridiculous, because obviously we're not friends, but what's the saying? Facts don't care about feelings. Feelings don't care that much about facts. And feelings really don't care if there's no facts to disprove the feeling. Dungeon dudes don't know me. I don't think they owe me anything. I mean, the worst thing that they've done to me that I can imagine really is that they saw my video and thought, oh hey, we've been thinking about doing that video, and they made one 3 months after mine. So mine had plenty of time to be successful if it was ever going to be. They've not really done anything bad to me, have they? I mean, if they saw my video and thought, oh, that's a good idea, we'll do that, I'd have been over the moon with a shout out, even not directly at my channel. Just we saw this on another video. I think it was a guy called Tony. Good video. I hope you don't mind. I'd have been happy with that. This isn't about getting more views, getting money, because that's what I've realised. It's about that validation, and it's about validation from people that I have a parasocial relationship with, and kind of in a weird way consider friends. But they're not. They don't know me. They can't betray me because they don't know me. You can't betray someone you don't know. You can obviously do something bad to someone you don't know, but I don't think they have. Logically, I don't think they have. Doesn't feel that, though. I feel differently than logic would tell me. It got me thinking about parasocial relationships and how they can affect us, how they can even subconsciously affect us. For me, there's like two aspects to a parasocial relationship, and I'll give you a hypothetical example. I'll hopefully make it clear. Let's imagine that I met my internet crush and I talked to her. I would be very aware that she doesn't know me, and that I should make sure that I don't act too friendly, even though I know her from YouTube. It would be really uncomfortable for her for me to act like I know her and for her not to know me at all. So I'd be aware of that. I'd be very careful about that. That's the one aspect that unfortunately not everyone keeps in mind. I've seen recently, even on videos, particularly from women, but I'm sure everyone has it, where people are overly familiar and it makes them feel very unsafe. So I'd be aware of that one. That one's easy. I think what's more difficult would be me accepting and understanding and acting on the fact that I actually don't know her. I've seen what she's like on her YouTube videos. I have a view of her, but that doesn't mean I know her, right? That bit is, I think, a lot more in a subconscious level, because that's how humans work. We have someone in our lives, whether it be in real life or just on the screen, that we see. We don't talk to them necessarily, but we see them. They become familiar and we expect them, we're comfortable with them. We have a feeling of familiarity that's unwarranted sometimes, particularly online. But we can consider them friends, especially if they talk to us nicely and we like them. they become friends, even though we're not. Social media obviously makes it worse, because without social media, I wouldn't have been able to tweet the Dungeon Dude, so I wouldn't even think that they'd seen my video. The chances that they were one of the 32 that had seen it without the tweet would be astronomical. I wouldn't feel like someone betrayed me. Someone stabbed me in the back. I mean, I don't know how they would. They're in Canada. I'm in Croydon. They'd have to have really long arms or actual magic, but I wouldn't feel that without social media. With that access you get to the person that you have a parasocial relationship, that parasocial relationship is closer to a relationship because you can actually talk to them. You still don't know them. They still don't know you. But it makes it more murky. It makes it more complicated, I think. This is obviously a problem for both the person on, say, YouTube and the person watching. If the person watching is young and they've got a particular picture in their heads of what this person on YouTube is like, or Twitch, just saying, naming no names, that leaves them vulnerable in a way that is, bad, obviously. We've all seen various things, like even selling merch to kids and telling them that they need to buy merch because, hey, I really need money. I won't be able to make videos otherwise. Lying. That's bad. That's exploiting that parasocial relationship. But we know there's far worse ways of exploiting that kind of relationship. And goes the other way too. The fact that people will treat someone as a friend, or even worse, as a partner, despite the YouTube personality not knowing who they are, leads to stalking, leads to people feeling very unsafe, very uncomfortable. Which we don't make people feel uncomfortable. Now, this isn't a video that's trying to fix the world, because I know I'm not going to be able to. But I do wonder, should we teach children, like in schools or various programs, to understand parasocial relationships at an age when they start having social media accounts of their own? Give them a few tools to, like, maybe manage the problems that can come up. Rather than just banning kids from social media, have them understand the pitfalls, assuming that they're able. I don't have kids. I don't know how well they would understand it. That's up to whoever educates, right? But maybe that's a good idea to, like, just enable people to see the pitfalls and hopefully avoid them more so than they do now. It's not just kids, obviously. I think all adults could do with thinking about how you come across to the other person, what their situation is. If you talk to a YouTube celebrity, be aware that you're a stranger to them, and maybe run through your own head, if a stranger said this to me, how would I feel? And if it's uncomfortable, don't say it. We could all do with thinking about the other person's point of view, the other person's situation, and what would be appropriate. I think that's general. That doesn't just mean parasocial relationships. And that's not going to change. I can hope, but yeah, we know it's not. Well, I guess that's all I've really got to say on this topic, because, like I said, I'm not trying to get anything from this. Of course, I'd like an answer. I'd like to go back watching the Dungeon Dudes videos, really, thanks. That'd be great. If could put this aside, that'd be wonderful. I mean, hopefully it's been just of some interest coming along this little journey with me while I work through this minor issue. It's like you're my therapist. No, you're not. I can't afford to pay you. Sorry. You're not like my therapist. I don't want to say that. The aim is just to talk it through with someone, I guess. And get back to watching their videos. Anyway, I guess that's it for me, really. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye.